Next unit is unit 15, that is time series. Time series is a sequence of data points measured at regular time intervals over a period of time. This data is used to predict future trends. So we use time series to predict or forecast future. Next is variation in time series. There are 4 types of variation in time series. First is secular trend. In secular trend, change comes over a period of time, that is not in a single year. It may last for many years, that is a long period of time. For example, steady increase in cost of living is recorded by consumer price index. It is not for a single year, it is for a number of years. Year to year there is fluctuation, but trend increases steadily. Here we can plot secular trend. In x-axis it is time in years. Here we got the graph. This is the actual time series, but over a long number of years this graph goes up. That is, we can fit a straight line in this graph. If we look at this graph, we can see a secular trends or a straight line can be drawn here, that is gradual increase over the years, but this increase is not equal, and as time goes by trend line goes up. Next, second variation is cyclical fluctuations. For example, business cycle hits peak above trend line when business activity goes up, whereas it hits a point below trend line when business activity goes down. So for the cyclical fluctuation, graphs look like this. We can draw a secular trend line like this, and the business goes down and comes down, then goes up, then comes down, but these periods are not equal, and this graph is cyclical fluctuation, and this is the black graph line is trend line, and x is time in y years, and here this depth of the plot of this graph is amplitude, and the distance between the highest peaks is the period. Highest points is the period. Here we can see that there is a wide variation in amplitude. That means here amplitude is very low, but here amplitude is very high. Here there is a medium height for the specified time. Time between hitting lows and highs is called a period and is irregular. Cyclical move shows an irregular pattern. Next is seasonal variation. This pattern changes within a year. Example, hill resorts expect more tourists during summer. Regular patterns so can be used for forecasting future, like how much bookings can be expected at the resort. Since seasonal patterns like summer, winter occurs regularly, we can forecast the future. So a seasonal pattern looks like this. It goes up and down, ups and down, and the amplitude are almost equal. Next is irregular variation. Changes in random manner, and it is unpredictable. For example, occurrence of flood, we cannot predict when flood occurs, and when flood occurs, price of agricultural products goes up and cannot be predicted using time series. So it's an irregular variation, and the graph may look like this. Next is trend analysis. We have seen that in the graph of secular trend, we can fit a line called a linear trend if it is a straight line. It can be curvilinear. Also, this helps to forecast future from the past data. So we should study trends so that we will be able to describe historical patterns. Past trends project the future. So if we know the past trend, we can project it into the future, and we can also eliminate trend component to measure accurately other components like seasonal fluctuations. So this time series is a mix of these four variations like secular trend, seasonal variation, regular variation, and cyclical fluctuation. So if we eliminate one by one, we can find the one we required. So we cannot eliminate irregular variation because it is not predictable and it changes in random manner. So we have to eliminate the other three from time series: cyclical, fluctuation, seasonal, and secular trend. So we have got the equation for a straight line as y bar equal to a plus b x bar, and b equal to sigma xy minus n x bar y bar by sigma x square minus n x bar square, and a equal to y bar minus b x bar. Friends, please note this equation. So if we get the value of b, we can find the value of a, where x is the independent variable and it represents time in years, months, weeks, etc. Here, to simplify computation, we use coding and we find mean of the years and take difference of mean from each sample time, and mean of coded time equal to 0. For example, if we have 4 years data, that is 2000, 2001, 2 and 3, we take the mean of the whole years and we get it as 2001.5. So we take the difference between 2000 and 2001.5, we get minus 1.5, 2001 and 2001.5, we get minus 0.5, and so on, 0.5 and 1.5. So if we multiply it by 2 to get to clear these decimals, so you multiply it by 2, so you get minus 3, minus 1, 1 and 3. So if we add these all together, we get mean of quarter time equal to 0. Sum of mean of quarter time is 0. So if we put x bar as 0, b equal to sigma sy by sigma x square. So this equation reduced to sigma sy by sigma x square, and in this equation a becomes y bar. So if we get b, we get the value of a, and we put both a and b in first equation to find the linear equation. And these equations are used in case where the trend is linear. But in some cases, the best fitting line may be curvilinear line than straight line. So we use parabolic curves. So we cannot use if the best fitting line of a graph is not a straight line. For example, here the secular trend line is a straight line, but in some cases this graph may go like this, and so we get a parabolic shape, so some other curvilinear shape than straight line. So we cannot use the equation for straight line. So we have used the parabolic equation, that is sigma y equal to a n plus c sigma h square, and a, b, c are numerical constants. Sigma h square equal to a sigma h square plus c sigma h raised to 4, b equal to sigma hy by sigma h square. Here also we use coding for time variables, that is we find the difference between the mean and the years to find the code, so that calculations are simplified. Next is cyclical variation. Cyclical variation is a component of time series which oscillates above and below the secular trend line for time period more than a year, and it can be measured using a residual method. It's used for finding cyclical variation, used for analyzing past cyclical variation, and is not used for predicting future. And the first method is percentage of trend, and the equation is y by y bar into 100, and second method is relative cyclical residual. Here we just find y minus y bar by y bar into 100. And this y bar is the predicted value or deseasonalized value, and y is the actual time series value or trend value. Next is seasonal variation, repetitive and predictable. Movements around trend line over 1 year or less. We can eliminate seasonal pattern from time series to find easily cyclical variation. It is called deseasonalizing. So, to find cyclical variation, we have to find seasonal variation, then deseasonalize like this. Deseasonalized value is y bar, so we have to deseasonalize like this, that is y minus y bar by y bar into 100 to get the cyclical variation. That is, if we know some any one of these variations, that is 4 variations, we can eliminate it to find the unknown variation. Here, to find the seasonal variation, ratio to moving average method is used. Here it is based on an index and it is based on a mean of 100. Degree of seasonality is measured by variation away from the base. We can easily understand this residual to moving average method by this example. In a year, if 20,000 boards are rented out, there are 4 quarters in a year. So some X board station has rented out 20,000 boards and there are 4 quarters, means each quarter will have 20,000 by 4 equal to 5,000 board rented out. This is seasonalized value. But we know that the same number of boards will not be rented out in each quarter. There may be some difference. So this 5,000 is just an approximation. But if we have to find the actual value, we are given some index for summer as 142. That is, this is known as index. So the summer quarter has an index of 142, means the actual value of number of boards is not 5,000, it is 5,000 into 142 divided by 100, which means 7,100 boards are rented out in summer quarter. That is a difference of 2,100 boards from the actual value, and this is known as deseasonalized value. And next is irregular variation. After eliminating all cyclical and seasonal variation from the series, we get irregular variation. So friends, that's all from this chapter. Please subscribe and support, and please share and also press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.